Hi, welcome to my video on finding the variable GCF in a certain number of terms. It could be 2 terms, 3 terms, 4 terms. The variable or literal GCF. Again, GCF stands for greatest common factor, but this time we're looking for variables. A variable GCF is a variable common to each term. The lower exponent is in the larger exponent. Let's explain. Example 1. If we have x cubed is x squared times x. The dot represents multiplication. And we have an x squared. So that's a 3, which is a 2 times 1. So notice the 2 is in both. In this example, we have x to the 5, x to the 4, x to the 3. So that's x cubed. x4 is x cubed times x. And x to the 5 is x cubed times x squared. So you can see that the smaller exponent is in the larger. So the exponent of 3 is common. Note, x has a 1 as an exponent. So x is the same as x to the 1. There's a 1 exponent of x, but we don't write it in most times. Let's use this procedure to find the variable or literal GCF. How to find a variable GCF from a group of terms. Step: select the variable or variables that's common in each term. So we have to have a variable, an x or a y or an a or both, or common. And we select the smaller exponent of each variable. So if we got 2 variables, we take the smaller exponent of each, and then we have the variable GCF, and that expression is the variable GCF. Let's use these examples to explain. Find the variable GCF of each. So we're going to go through these steps. Common variables, smaller exponent, and then the GCF. So here in A, I have x squared, x to the 1. So the common variable is x. The smaller exponent is 1. So the GCF is x to the 1, or we just say x. The common variable in these two is x. The smaller exponent is 2. So the GCF is x squared. As you can see, x squared is in x cubed because it's x squared times x. And this variable here in this one is common variable is x. And the smaller exponent of 4, 3, and 5 is a 3. So the GCF is x cubed. Common variable in D is a. The smaller exponent of 6 and 4 is 4. So the GCF is a to the 4th. So we'll follow that procedure. That's the way I factor ever since I've learned how to factor. And more practice. E. Common variable between AB and AC is a. The smaller exponent is a 1, so the GCF is a to the 1, or just a. We have an x common, and we have a y common. So the smaller exponent of the x is 1, the smaller exponent of the y is 1, so the GCF is xy. G, the common variable here is an x. The smaller exponent of x is 3. So the GCF is x cubed. H, we're only looking at the variables now. We're not looking at the numbers. So we have an x common, and we have a y common. The smaller exponent of x is 2. The smaller exponent of y is 2. So the GCF is x squared, y squared. And in I, we have an a, and we have a b common, and we have a c common. So we have 3 variables common. The smaller exponent of a is 1. The smaller exponent of b is 3. The smaller exponent of c is a 5. So we have a to the 1, b cubed, c 5. And that's how we find a GCF. And this is a practice. The practice means pause the video and see if you can get the GCF for these 9. And we'll follow the same procedures up here. Here we go. Find the variable GCF. The common variable is x. The smaller exponent of that is 2. So the GCF is x squared. Common variable is x. The smaller exponent is 4. So x to the 4th is the GCF. X is the common variable. The smaller exponent of 13, 8, and 10 is 8. So the GCF is x to the 8th. X is a common variable, and that's understood to be a 1. Smallest exponent is 1, so that's x to the 1, or I'm just going to say x. I'll always remind you that x is x to the 1 all the time when I think about it. Number 5, a common variable here is an x and a y. The common exponent of x is a 3, the smallest exponent of x is 3. The smallest exponent of y is a 1 and a 2, so it's a 1. So it's x cubed y. Notice the 1 there. And we have an a b, and a c common. The smallest exponent of a is 1. Smallest exponent of b is a 2. Smallest exponent of c is a 5. So the GCF is a to the 1, b squared, c 5. Number 7, common variable is x, and we have the smallest exponent is 1, so x to the 1, or x. Number 8, we have an a common, we have a b common. Smallest exponent of a is 3. Smallest exponent of b is a 2. 2. And so the GCF is a cubed b squared. A cubed b squared. Number 9, we have an x as the common variable, and the smallest exponent is a 5, so the GCF is x to the 5. Notice a reminder that x to the 6th is x to the 5 times x. So the 5 is common here and here, so the GCF is x to the 5. And again, what about if I did this one, 10, and I had an x and an a, and an a squared? And there's no common variable between x and a, so that means the GCF is a 1. If there's no common variable, the greatest common factor is a 1. That brings us to the end of picking out the variable GCF. Pick out the variable that's common, and then pick out the smallest exponent of that variable. If there's more than one, do the same thing for both, or triple. Thank you very much for viewing my video, and if you like it, click the like button and click the subscribe button, and that's if you're not a subscriber, and click the notification bell because there are more videos coming. Fully explained math. Math is fully explained. Write a comment if you're a subscriber, and visit my math website, mathfullyexplained.com, and there you get information about me, videos, and content. Me section has degrees and teaching experience that I have. The video section has the techniques that I can use to help you learn your math. I have certain techniques in certain ways. And in the content section, I have the topics and the number of videos. And the black font has what's online right now on my YouTube channel. And the red font, the black font and the red font, the red font will be what's online in the near future. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.